Hi, I'm Julie from Soulbridge Holistics, and today I want to talk to you about S.A.D, S-A-D, which is Seasonal Affect Disorder. It's an obscure illness that no one's ever heard of, and you probably have it coming up shortly. Let me tell you a little bit about it. Your circadian rhythm is your brain's ability to perceive the daylight outside to tell you when it's nighttime and when it's daytime, and when you're supposed to be sleeping and when you're supposed to be awake. That circadian rhythm also controls the hormones in your body, and it tells you if you should be awake or asleep, or when to get sleepy, or when to start rising. But not only do we have cell phones that we're playing with that create blue light issues, and if you're watching your cell phone at night, the blue light might be messing with your eyes, because as long as your eyes are seeing light, it's telling your brain that it's still daytime, so it might take longer for you to get sleepy. Also, if you're having coffee or caffeinated drinks at night, or you're eating late at night, you're stimulating your body and telling it that it's supposed to be still digesting or still, being awake, then you might have problems getting to sleep on time. So I usually try and be in bed by 10 o'clock, trying to get myself to sleep. And usually, for the most part, I can be asleep by 10 something, sometimes 11 something. And then lately, if I've been reading a lot, doing research, it turns into 12 something and 1 something. You know what I'm saying, right? And then it's harder to get up the next morning. A, because you didn't get enough sleep, and B, because you're training yourself to stay up later because the blue light is interrupting your circadian rhythm. So let's talk a little bit about what that has to do with seasonal affect disorder. It's also called seasonal affective disorder. It includes symptoms that look like depression, and I'm going to try and list these for you. Sadness, low energy, carb cravings. Well, you might see that carb cravings as just your body wanting more energy because it's winter, but they're saying that can be part of S.A.D. The other thing is the low energy. You might just feel like, okay, well, there's less light, and so maybe I'm just tired because it's dark outside, or it's getting dark earlier. That might be right. That might be part of the difference with the days changing, because we're getting longer night times and less light in the day. But still, we need to maximize the effect of the daylight on your body when you have daylight around you. So open your curtains, get light in your house. People who have drapes and keep them shut, you're making your body think that you're living in the dark a lot. If you're working in an office that has no windows, take frequent breaks and go outside. You need your body to understand that it's daytime right now. The other thing that really messes with your circadian rhythm is working night shifts, especially working overnight shifts, when your body has to be awake at night, and then you're trying to coax it to sleep in the day by closing the drapes and trying to fool your body to think that it's daytime when it's night and nighttime when it's day. That messes with your circadian rhythm. It also messes with your hormones, and then it will drop your immune system down, and you start getting sick, right? You start catching colds and stuff because your body's immune system drops. So yes, it does mess with your microbiome in that case also. Okay, so it's not just low energy and carb cravings. We know that this is part of the whole rhythm changing and the hormones changing. So yes, it's messing with your body. Oversleeping, difficulty concentrating. Well, if you can't sleep right, yes, you're going to oversleep. And when your body's confused about what's night or what's day, yes, you'll oversleep. The difficulty concentrating, yes, because your body doesn't have a clear idea when it's daylight and when it's nighttime. And so that can be a difficulty. They've proven, there is research to show, that people who work night shifts are sick more often. And this is part of the reason why. While preventing depression involves light therapy, exercise, and social connection, it also involves diet. So vitamin C, you need to take extra vitamin D deficiency, get sun, and eat fatty fish. Okay, so they want you to have more fatty foods. To me, that just means eat more meat, because you need the meat. And yes, fatty meat, duck, beef with the fat in it, pork sausage, things like that, the fats. Take supplements. Okay, take supplements. They always say consult a doctor for proper dosages. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to go into dosages, but I think most dosages are on bottles. Yes, you can take too much vitamin E, I guess, if it's not a water-soluble thing. It stays in your body for a while. But I think when you're looking at vitamin D, some people say that they fortify the milk, but I'm kind of wondering about milk too, because I'm getting milk allergies. There's BST hormones in the milk, and they're kind of messing with the milk. I think they're even giving injections to cattle now, and I think that that's sensitizing me to milk. So I have to look for some kind of milk, like even goat milk, if it's raw, or, I know that they haven't done anything to the goats maybe. Vitamin D can be found in milk, but you can find it in vegetables too if you Google leafy vegetables that have vitamin D. And by far the easiest way to do it is just get out into the sunlight, but we're going to talk about that a bit more. Mood changes with symptoms of SAD, S-A-D. No, it's not just the fact that it's the holidays and everyone seems happier than you, and you don't have the money you want, or the relationship you want, or the job you want, or whatever, and you think that those things are making you sad. But no, it's not, because situations don't have to make you sad, but hormones can make you sad, and lack of daylight can cause vitamin D deficiency, and that can make you sad. So if you have mood changes, feelings of sadness, hopelessness, losing interest in activities, that can be symptoms of seasonal affect disorder. Energy and sleep. Low energy, sluggishness, sleeping too much, which they call hypersomnia. Interesting, right? Yes, if you're staying up late, you will find yourself sleeping too much. But if you're just sleepy all the time, think about maybe you need vitamin supplements, and you definitely need vitamin D supplements. And you probably need a little more vitamin D than, just the minimum, so I would max that out and go for the highest dose of vitamin C during especially January and February. So in Native American seasons, little chill is November, December, daylight's starting to disappear, but big chill, January, February, is the days that are the longest, hardest days, because it's cold, it's miserable, and there's very little daylight. And so you really need to watch your seasonal affect disorder susceptibility for January and February. March, the light starts to come back, but January and February are big ones for these kinds of feelings, and no, it's not your imagination. Energy and sleep, okay, we got into that. Appetite and weight. If your appetite's increasing and you're craving carbs and you're gaining weight, no, that's not just because you're exercising less because it's winter. If your energy drops, it does get harder to exercise. It gets harder to get out of bed and go get it done. And people say that, yeah, if I go exercise, I'll feel better. But really, if you're vitamin deficient or mineral deficient, and you're not taking supplements, and you're not eating a lot of whole foods like real vegetables and real fruits and lots of real meat, those are the things that you need, and you need exposure to daylight. I'm just going to keep saying that. Difficulty concentrating or making decisions. Cognitive issues. Why is that a problem? Because if you're at a job and you're trying to calculate things, or you have to read, or you're taking tests, or you're studying for things, remembering details can be kind of hard. You'll go, what was I doing? And I literally start to forget the days. Like, is it Monday? Oh, it's actually Wednesday. Other feelings of worthlessness, feelings of guilt, thoughts of suicide, self-doubt or being down. It is literally brain chemicals and hormones in your body, and they can play games with your mind. Ways to prevent depression and vitamin D deficiency. Again, this is all related to seasonal affect disorder. Light therapy. 10,000 lux light box to mimic natural sunlight, especially in the mornings. So you might, put a lamp next to your bed with a natural sun light bulb in it. And they're saying 10,000 lux light box. You can get light bulbs that mimic natural sunlight, so that when you're working at your desk, and even if you're at work, put a lamp on your desk so that if you have to be indoors, you're getting exposure to natural sunlight, because that is going to help you with vitamin D. Your skin produces the vitamin D, so you need to take off your shirt or your jacket and expose your arms to that light to make sure your skin has exposure to be able to create vitamin D. Get outdoors. Maximizing natural sunlight exposure, even on cloudy days, the rays still come through, even if it's heavy, even if it's raining. Okay, if you can get out there and be somewhere where you can be out in the light. If all you're doing is raking leaves or stuffing your trash can, picking things off the ground, taking a walk around the block, 15 minutes, okay? 15 minutes can make a big difference. Eat vitamin D rich foods, fatty fish, fortified milk and cereals, omega-3s, which would be nuts and seeds. I love nuts and seeds, so I do keep a container of those nearby, and I munch on them periodically, so you're doing yourself a great deal of favor because those contain vitamin D, and they have vitamin D supplements, so 1,000 to 2,000 IU daily for many adults. And then of course it's going to always say, but talk to your doctor, because even though I'm reading to you what's on the label or what I've got off a website, you're supposed to know to ask doctors, right? Okay, socializing. If you stay connected with friends, family, or join groups, chances are they're going to get you out of the house. You'll go visit people. You can try and find reasons to, even if you go to the gym, I mean, just getting out of the car and walking across the parking lot, whatever you can do to maximize you being outside. Can't say it enough. And I have quail, so I always have somebody to go outside and feed or clean or collect eggs or something, so I have a reason to be getting outside. And I have leaves to rake too, and I like to appreciate my yard, so I'll just go outside and spend a little time. Okay, planning ahead. Schedule fun activities and stick to them to build a routine. Right now you're planning ahead because you're dealing with what's going to be that seasonal change for January and February. So I can't say it enough. You're going to be planning ahead to combat S.A.D, seasonal affect disorder, so that you don't have an issue coming up. And I would say go start shopping for your light bulb. Light therapy can definitely be helpful, so I would go for the sunlight bulb and the vitamin D, and that should help. But also look at your diet. If you're doing fresh foods, fresh vegetables. Yes, I've been eating fish. I'm not a big fish eater, but I'm doing it because we're going on January very soon now, and we definitely want to make sure that we pay it forward, so to speak, right? All right, hope that helped. If you like my video, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. We also have soulbridgeholistics.com. You can go there and look for recommendations. If I can find something about vitamin D supplements, I will post it on the website. Always trying to give you resources, and since I'm an Amazon affiliate, I can give you links that will take you directly to the stuff that I would be recommending. All right, have a great day, and we'll see you again for the next video.